Hi, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe by clicking the red subscribe button and also turn on the notification button so that each time I upload a video you'll be notified. I will be dropping educational videos from time to time. Please kindly subscribe and endeavor to share the videos with your friends and loved ones. Thank you very much. So hello, welcome to class. So today we are considering change of subject of formulae. Now let's look at this example. Make out the subject of the formula. V is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. V is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. V is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. Now what do we mean by the subject of a formula? The subject of a formula is the letter that is standing alone. Here, can you see? In this equation, V is the subject of the formula. Reason being that V is the letter that is standing on its own from others. So we have our V on the left hand side of the equation, and V is the letter that is standing alone on its own. Now, anytime you are solving an equation and you have a fraction in any part of the equation, you have a fraction. The first thing to do is to clear the fraction. Now, if you have more than one fraction, you are going to find the LCM of the denominator of the two fractions. But here we don't have much to do. We have only one fraction in our equation, just one fraction. So what we need to do is that we need to identify the denominator of the fraction that we have. So the only fraction we have here is 1/3 in the equation. That is the only fraction that we have, 1/3. So what we need to do to clear the fraction is to multiply both sides by 3. Just in order to clear this fraction. Since 1/3 is the only fraction that we have, and the denominator of that fraction is 3. So let's do that. Let's write our equation. I'm going to write the equation once again. So we have V equals 1/3 pi r square h. So let's write our step. We are going to multiply both sides by 3. So we are going to multiply both sides by 3. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to clear our fraction. So we have so I'm going to have 3v, that is when you multiply v times by 3. So you have 3v is equal to 3 times 1/3 pi r square h. So we have 3v is equal to 3 times 1/3 pi r square h. What we have just done is that we multiply both sides by 3. So here, this 3 we clear this 3 cancels 3. So we just have 1. So we have 1 times pi times r square times h. So we have 3v So we have what? We have 3v equals pi r square h. So we have 3v is equal to pi r square h. Don't forget that we want to make out the subject. We want to make out the subject of the formula. You know, our v here now, v is our subject. But now we want to make out the subject. We want to make R to be standing alone, like V standing alone. So we don't want V to be standing alone again. We want R to be standing alone. So we need our R to stand alone. So what we need to do next is to make, in order to get our answer, is to make our R stand alone. So we need to first of all clear this pi and h. so that this r square will stand alone. Then later we are going to remove the square. So now let's divide both sides by pi and h. Those are the two symbols that are disturbing our r. So we need to remove this pi and h from here. So let's do that. We can only achieve that by dividing both sides by pi h. So let's divide both sides by pi h. So let's write that step. So we want to write the step. So we want to divide both sides by pi h. So now we have 3v over pi h is equal to pi r square h all over pi h. Now here pi will clear pi here, pi cancels pi, h cancels h, so we have 3v over pi h is equal to r square. So 3v over pi h equals r square. So we have 3v over pi h is equal to r square. So now, having done that, that means that we have so that means that let's manage this space for the next step. So that means that we have r square is equal to 3v all over pi h. Now, so for us to get our r, to remove this square, so we need to remove this square now. Our r is standing alone, but it's having a square symbol. Our r is standing alone, but it's having a square symbol. So we need to remove that square for us to get our r. How do we achieve that? We can remove the squares by taking the square root of both sides. So we need to take square root of both sides. So we need to take square root of both sides. So I want to write that step. So take square root of both sides. So take square root of both sides. So let's take square root of both sides. So that means that the square root of r square, equals the square root of 3v over pi h. Over pi h. Okay, so the square root of r square is equal to square root of 3v over pi h. Now take note that take note, when you take the square root of a square, so you are going to get the base number. You are going to get, when you take the square root of a square, you are going to, the square root will clear the square. So we have this square root will clear this square. So we have r now. So our r is equal to the square root of our r is equal to, so let me write this. So r is equal to the square root of 3v all over pi h. So that's our answer. So our r is equal to the square root of 3v over pi h. So that's what we want to achieve. So to make r the subject of the formula means that we should make r stand on its own, which we have achieved now. So our r is equal to the square root of 3v over pi h. R is equal to 3, so square root of 3v over pi h. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Please kindly subscribe by clicking the red subscription button, and I'll be dropping videos every week. I'll be dropping new videos. I'll be solving new problems. And if you have any question that you think we should solve, send them to me through WhatsApp. I'm going to drop my number in the description. Please feel free to contact me if there's anything you want to discuss with me. So thank you very much.